Now, Ukraine is facing one of its most perilous chapters since the start of Russia's invasion, with Moscow ramping up its offensive in recent weeks.
The Ukrainian army desperately needs to enlist more troops, but more than 2 years into the war, it's struggling to find willing volunteers, as our correspondent Jean Mackenzie reports.
At Sergei's wedding, it wasn't just the weather that didn't go to plan. Half of the guests didn't show up. Going out in public is now too risky for men who don't want to enlist. But the bride, Tanya, understands why her friends and family don't want to fight. Her father was killed on the front line.
Are you afraid that you might be caught and sent?
Yes, I'm afraid. I'm also afraid.
Of course I'm afraid too and don't want it. It happened twice in my family.
Public transport has become a no-go for those trying to avoid the draft. Conscription officers have a fearsome reputation for dragging people off buses and taking them to conscription centres. These officers are on the hunt for draft dodgers. It's hard to find willing soldiers these days, so now it's the law for men to register so they can be called up.
Are you part of the problem? Because people are hiding from you, they're scared of you.
Look, some people react aggressively towards us. Others run away from us. This happens often. I don't think these people have been well brought up.
These guys are having a pretty difficult time finding people who are eligible to serve, and they do accept that some people are hiding from them, but they are urging men to come forward because they say everybody has to play their part in defending this country.
Behind these walls, men are hiding at the very moment the Ukrainian army needs them the most. Russia, with its superior manpower, is on the offensive. This is Vova. He won't leave the house without checking these social media groups, which tell him where the officers are.
I don't walk outside at all now, unless I'm with my daughter, because they don't take people with their children.
The Ukrainian army says that it needs people like you to fight if it is to win this war.
I'm not a military person. I've never held a weapon. I don't think I'd be useful on the front line, but I know if I get drafted, this is where I'll be sent.
These men who are hiding, I don't consider them men. What are they waiting for?
Vlad was badly injured serving on the front line.
If we run out of men, the enemy will come to their homes, they will rape their women and kill their children.
Recruitment posters line the streets of Odessa. The message, together to victory. But Ukraine is now divided between those who are prepared to fight and those who would rather run or hide. Jean Mackenzie, BBC News, Odessa.